Is it time to get bullish again on VGX? News that came out yesterday, the current problems with Voyager Brokerage, all this and more coming at you. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. On this channel, I like to talk about different ways to make money on your phone, creating passive income sources, making good sound investments, and some helpful tips here and there. If you like this type of content, then hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell notification so you get notified when I make videos in the future. Also, I am not a professional on this topic. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. So do your own research before buying VGX or anything else I talk about on my channel. Let's kick this off with the news from yesterday. Starting in May, you now earn 7% APR on your VGX token and a 1% interest boost on your BTC, ETH, or USDC when you hold 2,500 or more VGX tokens. Both of these things make me extremely excited. At the time of recording this video, VGX is sitting at $4.47. Through the last couple days, we have seen pretty favorable price action. And I would say some of this today coming from the news, making VGX one of the higher interest assets on Voyager, which is much needed in my opinion, as well as lowering the amount needed to get that 1% interest boost to 2,500 VGX tokens. Also coming in May, the LGO to VGX token swap, which has been long awaited. And on the more negative end of the spectrum, I would say the Voyager loyalty program in development. Reading through the lines here, still no clear date for when this program will launch. Honestly, this is one of the biggest things suppressing the price of VGX in my opinion. As well as we do not have any positive news on a date for the launch of Europe and Canada, where there is many more users anxiously waiting to get on the Voyager Brokerage platform. One last thing on VGX. As I have stated in many other videos, the price of VGX will move with Bitcoin and the overall market. As you saw with the market dropping this last week, VGX took a huge hit. If you were still bullish on the cryptocurrency markets and VGX and got in the mid $2 to the upper $2 range where it dropped down to, looks like it was probably a pretty good buying opportunity. I picked up a little more as it did dip to my buying range. Now let's jump over to the problems Voyager Brokerage is having, as I've seen many unhappy customers, negative messages, and even people calling Voyager Brokerage a scam. The waitlist is still intact and getting very long. Many of my subscribers, friends, and family that I've referred to Voyager have been sitting on the waiting list for weeks. Deposits and withdrawals are taking longer than usual. Scaling is a huge issue as Voyager is a victim of their own success. They are growing at a rapid pace, but on the other hand, having problems keeping up. So we can look at this as a good thing that Voyager does have this high demand. At the same time, not being able to onboard users and keep the users they have happy is also a major problem. It does take time to train up new people, build your team and interface. These are all things that happen in bull markets. I saw this in 2017 with many different exchanges. Many of these exchanges shut off new users for multiple weeks at a time just so that they can keep their exchange running for the users they did currently have. But by Voyager implementing the waitlist again, it does show they value the customers they already have and are attempting to keep them happy, bringing on new users as they can handle them. The Voyager loyalty program token swap and launching new markets is definitely a catalyst we need to see to get VGX really going again. And if you are new to the Voyager platform, please make sure you do your KYC, know your customer, correctly the first time going through. If not, they will have to manually input your information, which will take much longer. Next, the Voyager user agreement, or terms of use. Yeah, that legal jargon no one ever reads. Know the risks you are taking. This is similar to many other user agreements on other exchanges as well. But many of the reasons people are calling Voyager a scam or complaining about issues is because they did not read this agreement as to what Voyager can and cannot do with your cryptocurrency assets. So check out this video in the description below, where Rob from Digital Asset News covers the user agreement in depth, regulations, insurance, delays, deposits, consent to rehypothecate, interest, withdrawals, and much more. And also compares it to Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini's user agreement as well. This is also a great channel to follow for daily news in the cryptocurrency markets. I highly recommend following Rob from Digital Asset News. So that interest you are getting from Voyager, as great as it is, just know the risks you are taking to earn that interest. For me personally, the only problem I've really had with Voyager is just recently with this tiny transaction on the screen for Ethereum Classic. Please don't judge me on owning Ethereum Classic. I've owned this since the 2017 bull run, and it's just been sitting in Celsius for about 8 or 9 months now, earning interest, but as I saw the recent run-up, I decided it was probably time to get rid of this. So when I saw this jump up over $45, I initiated a transfer over to Voyager from Celsius, and it took over 36 hours for that transfer to go through. On the Celsius side, it took minutes to confirm the transfer. On the Voyager side, it did take a while. I emailed them, got an email back, and within a couple hours of that, the transfer was no longer pending. Unfortunately, by that time, I ended up selling rates around here in the $33 range. But outside of that, I have put money in Voyager, taken money out of Voyager, yes, sometimes taking 5 to 7 days, but I'm also expecting that. What I'm really trying to say is whether it's Voyager or any other exchange, don't put your money in there you need to pay rent, bills, or anything else regularly. I do also have my referral link to Voyager in the description below, as well as for Celsius and Outlet, 2 other platforms you can earn high yield on. Celsius has multiple different assets where you can earn yield, and Outlet Finance is simply USDC only. And you don't even have to buy USDC. All you do is put your money in Outlet Finance, and they do that back-end work for you, while earning you 9% interest as well. But again, know the risks you are taking before signing up for any of these platforms. I personally still use Voyager as my main place to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency. And if this seems like a good fit for you, then jump on the waitlist and give yourself a raise. I'll see you next time. A few videos popped up to your left and right. If one of those perk your interest, give it a click.